Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Morings Park Original Campus. My name is Richard Zazzaro. I'm the Vice President of Dining here at Morings Park, and I'm happy to have with me today Tony Marks, who is the Chief Information Officer at Morings Park for all three campuses when Grand Lake opens up also. We're here today to discuss something that you've all been very patient about, and that is our reservation system. However, before I get to that, I'd like to just take this opportunity, since we're talking to each other today, to just review some of the protocols that are currently in place at the Morings Park Original Campus, just as a reminder. And these reminders really serve as keeping our residents safe and following protocols for CDC protocols for the state of Florida and, of course, for Morings Park. So right now, currently, our restaurants that are open are Park Grill, lunch and dinner, Clubhouse, Trio Restaurant, and the CHL. CHL and Trio opened in September, which we're still in as time flies. And we're currently at 50% occupancy for these restaurants. And that translates into probably 60 dinners in Clubhouse, 60 dinners in Park Grill, and 46 or so in Trio. So I bring that up because if you do the math and you do total IL residents on the campus, you'll notice that it's going to make a reservation quite difficult. And I understand that Trio is very popular, and today we're going to focus on that. The other reminder that I wanted to give you was that we're currently not allowing any guests or visitors in our restaurants. So the simple way to remember that is you can have a visitor or a relative or friend visit you in your home, but that person cannot dine with you in any of our restaurants. And you've all been very patient with that. The other reminder is we recently changed Trio to 2 reservations per week in an attempt to get more residents the opportunity to dine there. So those are very important. But today, again, I'm thanking you for your patience. Today we're here to outline Resy, and Tony has prepared a quick PowerPoint about some of the most commonly asked questions, about some of the shortcuts or helpful hints that can help you get a reservation, and then some facts about Resy in general. So we're going to do a couple of things. I'm going to introduce Tony. He's going to walk you through this PowerPoint. We will also make this information available at the front desk at the Morings Park Original Campus. So where Ellen sits, we will leave some tutorials there. Also, you can always call dining. We're always very happy to help. Got some good experts on helping you with any system problems that you have. And again, I appreciate your patience. And Tony?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Richard, for that information as well as the introduction. So I'd first like to start off by saying we have heard the residents, your feedback regarding your frustrations. So we're taking this very seriously. We've been doing a lot of monitoring of the system to make sure that it is functioning correctly, opening up on time, and the reservation systems are available at the 8 a.m. Time slot. So we are taking this very seriously on a daily basis, making sure that everything is functioning correctly. One of the first questions that I've been asked is, what is Resy? Is Resy a Morings Park application? Did someone write it? Resy is not an application that was written by Morings Park, but rather it's a third-party reservation system that is used by restaurants all across the country. So you could go to Resy.com, for example, and make a reservation for a restaurant on Fifth Avenue. The version that we use when you go to the neighborhood and then you click on make a reservation. That has been customized so that only our restaurants are visible when you go through that pathway. So if you were to go to open your browser and do Resy.com and log into their website, you would not be able to find Trio, for example. The only way you would be able to make a reservation at Trio is through the Moorings Park neighborhoods. One of the frustrations that I'm hearing quite a bit is recently residents have been required to enter their email address and password when making a reservation. And the reason for that is as I mentioned, Resy is an application that Moorings Park has purchased and is hosted by the Resy organization. And they were acquired by American Express. So what that means is they are now required to implement the same security levels as when you do credit card processing. So that is why what has been the new protocol that we must follow is that your account will be logged off after 15 hours of inactivity. So if you go in and make a reservation and you log in and then 4 hours later you come back, you should still be logged in. But the next day when you try to make a reservation, 24 hours later, for example, you should have to log in again. So that is something that was new to our residents. As in the past, Resy would just let us do some pass-through authentication, but they are no longer allowing us to do that because of the security that they must implement. This is one of the questions that we've been getting quite a bit since Trio, especially since Trio opened. That at 8 a.m. I'm trying to make a reservation for Trio, and by the time I click the make a reservation button, it's already sold out. As I mentioned earlier, we are monitoring this every day, and every day so far since Trio is opened, before 8:01 a.m. it is sold out. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the process that you should be following for that. But it is a first-come, first-served basis, and there is really no trick around how to do it. It's really the first person to click would be the one that would get that reservation. Because of the frustration in trying to get that reservation, I've gotten residents calling me and talking about how they clicked reservation. Maybe it was like 5 minutes before 8 o'clock, so they just kind of wanted to get in, try to get in a little sooner. By clicking make a reservation before 8 o'clock, you are you're making a connection to the restaurant, but it is still closed. So that is why so basically you're making that connection, but when the doors open, you are not going to automatically be first in line. So my suggestion to you is to wait until exactly 8 o'clock and then click on that make reservation button. And as Richard alluded to, only having the ability to seat approximately 46 residents. If you could imagine how many residents are trying to get in those time slots, it makes it very difficult because we do have multiple people that are trying to get in at the prime time slots. And this was the slide where I alluded to making by clicking that button early. Clicking the make a reservation button early does not help you. It will actually hurt your chances of getting the reservation. So I strongly encourage you, wait till right 8 o'clock and then click on that button. And those today have been the big questions that have been posed to us in IT regarding the Resy system. It's the password. Why am I typing in a password? How do I get a reservation in Trio? The key takeaway being do not make a reservation before 8 o'clock. And the last thing I just want to distinguish for you is the neighborhood login versus the Resy login. They are two separate logins, and that's why you'll notice when you first go to the neighborhood, it'll be your first initial last name, and then you'll type in your password. That would be your neighborhood password to get you in the door. The second one would be the equivalent of now you want to get into a locked room inside the home. So that would be your email address and your Resy password. I truly apologize that they've had to be separate because in the past, as I mentioned, we were able to pass through, but because of those credit card processing rules, we've been forced to do it this way. At any time, if you do have any issues or need help, you are able to call the help desk. The phone number there is for the urgent if you have an urgent issue. I've also gotten a lot of feedback regarding speaking with someone versus voicemail. If you're going to voicemail, that is an indicator that the Brittany, who is the person that you're calling, she's more than likely on the call with another resident, which is why she's not able to pick up the phone. We are working to get those calls back to you quickly. If you do have an issue that is kind of a routine issue, does not need immediate assistance, you also have the ability to send an email, and the email address is css@moringspark.org. That email will then get queued up and would be assigned a technician to look at that for you. So there are two methods for you to contact the help desk. I thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a safe and wonderful day.